Hi guys! So for social studies today, we're learning about the state of Florida, which actually gets me so excited because it makes vacations and the beach, Disney World. So Florida is one of those states that has so much you can do if you go there and visit. So let's read about it, and then there's a video at the end of it. So let's start with looking at the pictures. So this shows the Florida Keys are a destination for fishing, boating, and scuba diving. Coastal mangroves are protected in the Everglades National Park on the southern tip of Florida. Airboats are a popular way to navigate Everglades National Park. American alligators live in the wild in southeastern United States. The Space Shuttle was the world's first reusable space vehicle. And manatees are gentle animals. They rarely fight and they have no natural enemies. So let's get started. So its nickname is the Sunshine State. It was the 27th state and it became a state in 1845. Its capital is Tallahassee and its biggest city is Jacksonville. Its state bird is the mockingbird and the state flower is the orange blossom. Some history. The first people to live in what is now Florida arrived more than 12,000 years ago. They hunted small animals and gathered wild plants for food. Over the centuries, Native American tribes, including the Timucua, Apalachee, Calusa, and Creek, lived in the area. Spanish conquistadors, that's Spanish for conqueror, Ponce de Leon, sailed to Florida in 1513, searching for gold and silver. He didn't find it, but he did discover fertile farmland and lots of coastline, excellent for shipping. No wonder Great Britain, France, and Spain all tried to establish settlements in Florida. In 1763, the British took control of Florida from Spain in exchange for the land that is now Havana, Cuba. But just 2 decades later, as part of the peace treaty that ended the Revolutionary War, Spain took charge again. That didn't last long. New U.S. settlers began flooding in, and in 1821, Spain gave up Florida to the United States in exchange for Spanish rule over Texas. Florida officially became the 27th state in 1845. Today, Native Americans called Seminoles still live in Florida. The people come from a combination of tribes who migrated to the area in the 1700s to avoid conflict with the Europeans and with other tribes. Why is it called Florida? Florida's original Spanish name is La Florida, which means place of flowers. Some historians think Ponce de Leon chose the name to honor the blooming flowers he saw there, or in tribute to Spain's Easter celebration called Pascua Florida, or Feast of Flowers. So on the left we have the Florida flag. The state animal is the panther. The state bird is the mockingbird. The state flower is the orange blossom. And this is the state quarter, and it has ships on it. Geography and landforms. So if you see here, the pink is Florida. And if you go up the coastline, you get to New Jersey. Fun fact, I've actually driven to Florida before, but we drove right here to, it's called the Panhandle, and it took about 20 hours to get there. Long car ride. Florida is a peninsula. That means it's almost completely surrounded by water. Its northernmost edge is connected to Alabama in the northwest and Georgia in the northeast. Take a swim off of Florida's west coast and you'll be in the Gulf of Mexico. Dive in off the east coast and you'll be splashing in the Atlantic Ocean. Off the south coast, you'll be swimming in the Straits of Florida. The northern upland part of the states is hilly, but you'll find caves and sinkholes in the northwestern Mariana lowlands. The coastal plains contain sandy beaches, islands, and coral reefs. In the south, you could canoe through the famous Everglades National Park, swampy, wildlife-filled marshland that cover 1.5 million acres. Off the southernmost tip of the state are the Florida Keys, a group of about 1,700 tiny islands called an archipelago. Want to island hop? No problem. A causeway and 42 bridges connect the various keys. Some wildlife. Florida's wildlife includes mammals like armadillos, black bears, and the Florida panther, reptiles such as alligators, crocodiles, and snakes, sea life like manatees, sea turtles, dolphins, and whales, and birds such as raptors, owls, cranes, and Florida state bird, the mockingbird. More than 300 types of native trees grow in the state, from apple and cherry trees in the north to mangrove forests in the swamps. Tall sawgrass is a common sight in marshes, though Florida's most famous plant may be the orange tree. The orange blossoms is the state flower. Natural resources. Many believe that Ponce de Leon was the first to plant orange seeds in Florida. 3 centuries later, newly built railroads allowed growers to ship oranges across the United States. Today, the state provides oranges for most of the orange juice sold in the country. Sugarcane, fish, petroleum, and phosphate, which is used for fertilizer, are also top natural resources from Florida. And let's see some fun stuff about Florida. Florida can make an excellent vacation spot thanks to its 663 miles of beaches and, of course, Disney World. The 40-square-mile park in the city of Orlando has more than 60,000 employees and welcomes more than 62,000 visitors every day. The state can even take you out of this world, literally. You can see an actual rocket launch from Cape Canaveral, where rockets have been taken off since 1950. Florida isn't just a great place to visit. Many have called the state home. Ernest Hemingway chose to live in Key West. Zora Neale Hurston, a member of the Harlem Renaissance, author of Their Eyes Were Watching God, and a collector and publisher of African American and Afro-Caribbean folklore, also lived here. Singer Ariana Grande and former Attorney General of the United States, Janet Reno, were also born in Florida. So there's a video at the end of this lesson called Florida Everglades, and it's about you follow Kirby and Charlie as they undertake a 2-day canoe trip through the Florida Everglades to find out about mangroves and their importance to the coastal ecosystem. Unfortunately, this video, the people who made the video, I'm not allowed to record it, so on your own, it would be great if you guys could go and watch it. It's a very interesting lesson about the Everglades. But I have a quick video about Disney World for you guys. I thought it was something fun that you guys can look, and then if you are really into Disney World, there's so many different videos on YouTube that you can watch. You can watch the parades, you could watch the fireworks shows, you could go on the roller coaster rides virtually. So this is just a promo about Disney World.
Welcome to all of the magic and all of the wonder of Walt Disney World Resort. And just imagine, you're going to be right here in the middle of everything. So come, let us show you why your time with us is sure to be truly magical. us here at Walt Disney World Resort. We're looking forward to helping you make your stay as magical and memorable as can be. See you real soon.
So that ends our social studies for today. I hope you enjoyed it.